Friday, September 2nd, 1994, 3:02 p.m. Orlando, Florida. Hey, listeners. I had originally thought I was going to retire these tape journals once I finished high school, but now that I think about it, it's been really helpful to me to have this kind of outlet. And I've never been great at keeping a paper journal. Besides, if an audio record of events is good enough for Captain Picard, it's good enough for me, right? Ugh, it is so hot today. So, I haven't recorded since June, and that was... Yeah, I have it here. The morning after graduation. I was so sleepy. It was a fun party that they threw for us at the community center, but it went till 3, and then Lila and Tom and I walked down the train tracks to get home and wandered around in the fields for a while. We didn't want the night to end. But it did. A lot has happened since I last recorded. Let's see. So, I had graduated from high school with a GPA that was fine, but nothing incredibly spectacular. Nothing that would have helped me get any academic scholarships or anything. And I've never been great at sports. So, I kind of thought college was out of the picture for me. At any rate, I got a few babysitting jobs and took over my friend Hannah's waitressing job at Village Pizza while she was in Europe for this season. I ran backstage crew for the summer musical at the theater again. Little things like that. I guess I was just taking a breather to see if anything popped up that looked interesting. Or to see if maybe I could get inspired by something to figure out what I wanted my life to be about, really. It hadn't really been about anything at all before. Nothing bad, of course, just a lot of nothing. So that brings us up to 2 weeks ago. I was working lunch at the pizza place when my mom got a phone call. Well, I guess I got the phone call, but I wasn't home, so... The caller was a guy who said he worked at Econ State University, and they were prepared to offer me a full scholarship. Oh, hang on a second. I should explain. Econ State isn't an economics university. It's named after the Econ-Lakachi River, but everyone calls the river Econ, so the university is called that too. So, naturally, my mom thinks it's some weird prank because, like I said, I wasn't in a position academically to expect any kind of scholarships. No, this wasn't that kind of scholarship, they said. Nor was it a sports one. In fact, he said, Econ State carefully selects all its students, and that my tuition being offered was partially due to our financial need, and partially due to the whole my dad never having been around thing. You know. Charity, I guess. Well, we're not in the position of being able to look a gift horse in the mouth, so to speak. So, Mom told him to send over the information and we'd check it out. Lila and Tom had already told me that when you're applying to college and waiting for word back, you don't want to get a small envelope. Just a normal old number 10 envelope? That's bad news. I saw Lila's rejection letter from Harvard. It came in one of those. She hadn't really expected to get in, but thought it was worth a try. Did you know Harvard makes you do an alumni interview as part of the admission process? Now, that by itself doesn't sound too bad until you realize what it actually means. Lila was only 16, and they had her drive to some random 50-something guy's house out in the middle of nowhere, at night, by herself. And she said the first thing he did was look at her and ask, "Why do you think you deserve to go to Harvard?" Anyway, we barbecued her rejection letter before her dad grilled the burgers that night. This wasn't a number 10 envelope that Econ State sent me. It was one of those really big ones they can put a campus catalog in without folding it. And it had a lot of information, but it's funny, I still get the feeling a lot of stuff was left out. See, it's kind of close by, only maybe half an hour's drive from here. That part's nice. And what's even nicer is that room and board are included, so I can live on campus and not have to drive home every day. But despite its being that close, I don't know anyone who has gone there. Lila and Tom are both going out of state, and most people who stay local either go to UCF or to a community college. Still, it seems that it is a public university connected to the state system, with all the regular majors and things you'd expect. They do have sports teams, although since it's a smaller college, you don't hear much about them. The mascot is the river serpent, which I don't even think is a real thing. It's kind of cute, though. A little smiley snake. Oh my god, Pele! Don't walk on the record player! You are the weirdest cat in the world. I love you so much. I'm gonna smoosh you. I will miss you when I'm away at college. Okay. Bye, boy. Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna give Econ State a try. The pictures in the catalog look nice. I haven't ever been out there, really. It's on the way to a bunch of different places, but it's still off the main road a bit, so you'd have to want to go there. And I just haven't really had time. And it's Friday now, and I'm supposed to move into my dorm tomorrow. New student week starts Monday. From the literature, it looks like all of the dorms are double occupancy, which is gonna be weird. It's always been just Mom and me, and we've always lived in this 2-bedroom apartment, so I've never had to share with anyone. I'm not sure how I'll like that. There's a piece of notebook paper in with all the nice flashy paperwork that just says the name of my roommate, Jennifer Dowd. Maybe they assign rooms alphabetically? And an out-of-state address. New Jersey, actually. So she's coming from a bit of a way away. There's no phone number listed, but I did send her a letter just saying hello and here's my info, and here's what I'm interested in, and I'm bringing a phone and a mini fridge so she doesn't have to. I wasn't sure what else to say, and Mom didn't go to college, so she doesn't know how roommate stuff like this works. I mean, she had a roommate before she had me, but it wasn't a meet when you move in thing. They were friends before. Anyway, Jennifer hasn't written back. Or maybe she has and I just haven't gotten it yet. I guess I should have put my phone number in my letter. That was poor planning on my part. I hope she doesn't think I'm too much of an idiot. I hope I can make friends there. I hope I like learning there. It's weird to have gone in the space of 2 weeks from, oh, I'll just waitress for maybe the rest of my life, to having to figure out what I might want to study. Econ State has most majors you'd expect, but they've got a few wild ones, too. I guess every college has something different about it. Here you can major in English or accounting or music, but you can also major in xenobiology. Or not just Latin, but specifically ecclesiastical Latin. And the minors, they have things like alchemy. Maybe that's a history thing. And something called sortilege. I looked that up in my dictionary, but I think they must mean something else because that doesn't sound like something you'd study at college. There's lots of clubs, too. I'll be able to keep doing theater. And they even have a campus radio station that you can apprentice at and earn a license and then have your own show eventually. I have to admit, that sounds pretty cool. Maybe I'll tape my shows. Shit, that's Mom coming in. She must have just gotten back from work. I was supposed to be packing all day, but there wasn't much to pack. I'm not going that far, after all. But I can go help with dinner. I suppose she's probably going to miss that. Huh. I will too. All right. Wish me luck.